A year after Omar was born, his body started to swell, and his mother rushed him to Kandahar's hospital for urgent treatment.
He got measles. Now he's feeling better, but doctors told us he's malnourished and admitted us here in this ward.
Marjana didn't know her son suffers from acute malnutrition. So didn't the mother of 10-month-old Rahmatullah, who was admitted with diarrhea. Both survived, but the UN's child agency UNICEF says nearly 800,000 children under 5 suffer life-threatening malnutrition, and nearly 200,000 of those cases developed in the first 5 months of this year.
Most children are not covered, so we would have no way of really knowing what happens to 400 or 500,000 of these children. Most of these children will die of pneumonia or diarrhea. The cause of death, it is their malnourished state that puts them at risk when they catch something else. And so their deaths would be labeled otherwise.
UNICEF says more than 2.5 million children face acute malnutrition. That number has doubled within the last 3 years in Afghanistan as it suffers rising poverty, violence, unemployment, and the pandemic. And international aid to Afghanistan has fallen in recent years amid concerns among donors over instability and corruption. That's left hospitals struggling to cope.
If we lose the support of the International Red Cross, we will not even have a bandage to offer. The supplies that we get from the government for the entire year are not enough for a month, especially right now because we have more patients than usual.
At Afghanistan's largest children's hospital in Kabul, facilities are limited.
Here, there are only 2 rooms available for malnourished children, and they're not enough. They're all here for the treatment of life-threatening conditions like pneumonia, and 1 in 10 will not survive.
UNICEF supplies the nutritional milk to help treat the children, but there's a temporary shortage. The situation has been made worse in the country by the spread of COVID-19.
Fragile countries like Afghanistan, when they undergo a shock like COVID, it's just one shock too many, and we tip a huge number of children into very severe malnutrition, and then we have to focus on treatment and not prevention. But it's good to do a little bit of mix of both. But right now the situation is quite dire in terms of treatment, and we just don't have the funds to even treat these children.
With talks between the government and the Taliban taking place in Qatar's capital, Doha, many are hoping peace may be possible. But many children facing malnutrition and famine will have to survive the coming months if they're to have a chance to see it. Filio, Kontrafouri, Jazeera, Kabul.